Hey friends, welcome back to your Thursday edition of Hot News. We're going to go into the latest tech news that comes out, including Intel might be the right chip to buy, AMD has more in store for us, and ASUS, hot dang, has the best looking components I've ever seen in their Gundam lineup. So let's get into that.
After we talk about today's video sponsor that I did not film a transition for, because I thought we didn't have one.
Hey friends, today's video is brought to you by Private Internet Access. In these crazy times on the internet, protecting yourself with the VPN is the right way to go, whether it's to stop your ISP from spying on everything that you're doing, or you're trying to ungeo-restrict some content that you're trying to consume, like Reece and Catlin do when they miss South Africa. They have to, VPN in to get into all of the things that they had before when they were back home. Anyways, you should definitely consider checking out Private Internet Access because they are the leading no-log VPN service. They've been proven time and time again that they do not keep logs of anything that you're working on, and they have dedicated apps for Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, Amazon Fire Stick, Linux, and whatever have you. You can make sure that you're getting all of that on up to 10 devices at once, and they have multiple options, not only just for platforms, but also for payment with PayPal, Bitcoin, gift cards, just to make sure that you're completely not being found out, even when it comes to payments. They also have a kill switch button, and they don't log your stuff ever. So if you check the link in the video description, you can get up to 77% off of a membership with them. They have 24/7 live customer support, 30-day money-back guarantee. They're award-winning VPN software that you should absolutely consider checking out. Check the link in the video description and learn more about PIA.
And now get ready for
the first article of the day. Intel coming out with the i3-10100F. And I know, you're probably saying to me, why do we care about this, Brett? The Ryzen 5000 series is coming out. And suffice it to say, the reason is because you're not going to get a low-end Ryzen 5000 chip, at least in the near future. So the i3-10100F is super intriguing because it comes in at a price point that's way less than the Ryzen 3s that are out on the market right now. You can see here it's going to be 4 cores, 8 threads, and it's going to be exactly the same speed as the 10100, but without an integrated GPU, just like AMD's chips. And if it comes in at the $97 price point, that makes it cheaper than the quoted MSRP of the Ryzen 3 3100 and absolutely cheaper than a 3300X, which is the chip that you would compare it to directly from AMD. So this 10100F alongside a B460 actually could be the budget way to go for Intel. If you want 4 cores and 8 threads, that's kind of all you need for gaming right now. This might be the chip to pick up if you're on a normal budget. And if we could just compare it to AMD's chips, the Ryzen 3 3300X, that hasn't been in stock in ages. And when it is in stock, it's heckin' expensive. The Ryzen 3 3100 is kind of in stock, but not from AMD, and sells for $120. So Intel actually coming in at the budget price point. They're offering the exact same value that AMD has, no GPU integrated, so that you don't need to worry about that, but at under $100 and probably with availability. Intel actually winning the low-end game, which is something that I wouldn't have expected that we would be entering 2020 with, but that's what we have right here. The i3-10100F likely will be the CPU to pick up if you're on a budget. But let's go ahead and talk about the Ryzen 5000 series for a second. AMD not announcing any chip under $300. Well, the Ryzen 5 5600 could come out next year, early 2021, alongside B450 support for the price point of $220 with just a lower clock speed than the 5600X, which would make it significantly cheaper and likely the way better value choice over the 5600X. But while we're talking about upgrading to Ryzen 5000, ASUS apparently, according to their customer support, is not going to be upgrading their X470 motherboards to support the Ryzen 5000 chips, and instead the customer support representative said buy a new motherboard. Yeah, that's the advice. Well, ASUS responded officially saying, whoa, they don't, fake news, fake. There will be a release in January 2021. Just relax. But I can't be relaxed with them. I mean, this makes me not care about Ryzen 5000 at all. I don't care about X470, X570. The Gundam motherboards for the Z490. Look at that beauty. On top of that, you also get a Gundam router, and then a Gundam cooler, a Gundam monitor, a Gundam case, which I think this is the best looking thing of the bunch. But just look at all the Gundam peripherals. ASUS, I swear, if you do not bring this out to the United States, I'm going to revolt. I don't know how. I don't buy your products anyways because I haven't gotten around to it. But bring the Gundam products to America.
Yo, Shinji, get in the robot. Your dad loves you, get in the robot.
Speaking of bringing things to America, Apple brought it with the iPhone 12 announcement. We're going to talk about that quickly. They released 4 different new phones. You've got the iPhone 12, the 12 mini, the 12 Pro, and the 12 Pro Max. The 12 mini starting at $699, the iPhone 12 Pro starting at $999. They also dropped the prices on the iPhone 11, 10R, and SE, which are all still going to remain on board. The big thing is that they're going to have a new design as well as 5G support. Alongside the 5G support, Verizon actually announced that they're rolling out nationwide 5G, not just millimeter wave, so that there's going to be a larger network for it and not just T-Mobile. For that, they also announced the Pro and Pro Max will have a larger screen as well as a stainless steel outside, which I absolutely love. That midnight blue just hits me in the right areas, which is a weird thing to say. Also, the iPhone 12 Pro is going to have 6 gigs of RAM as opposed to the regular 12 only having 4 gigs. And they're also going to have HDR, Pro RAW, Dolby Vision video recording, which is a step up for the Pro as opposed to the regular one, which kind of goes against the reason why they said that 120 hertz wouldn't be on the iPhone 12 Pro, because it wouldn't be as marketable. But then they spent like 10 minutes of their presentation talking about Dolby Vision support and HDR, Pro RAW, and just how is that more marketable than 120 hertz? I don't know, but they're also marketing the fact that they won't be shipping a charger or earpods in the box because it's eco-friendly. Also, with them saying that everybody already has a charger, so what does it matter? Except for the fact that they updated the cable for the iPhone 12 so that it's USB-C to Lightning, which, guess what? All of the other chargers that they've shipped are not USB-C, they're USB-A, so I don't understand how that makes sense. It doesn't bother me because I use a wireless charger anyways, which, speaking of wireless charger, Apple brought back MagSafe, which is just going to be a magnetic wireless charger on the back. And then also you can use accessories that use the magnets in the iPhone 12 to actually be able to do 15-watt wireless charging, as well as hold things on. They also announced a new HomePod Mini, which is going to be $99. It actually looks super intriguing. You can pair multiple to create a stereo speaker effect because they'll do that. It also can recognize individual voices amongst people who are using it in a given household. It seemed pretty neat. Also pretty neat was League of Legends Wild Rift coming to the iPhone 12 because it now has the fastest processing with the A14 Bionic chip. It's so fast it could do League of Legends, which runs on literally a potato, but you know, we're not going to talk about that. And Apple decided not to talk about the release date for the iPad Air 4th gen, which they said that they would, and so they didn't say it, but now its release date is October 23rd. You'll be able to pre-order it tomorrow and then actually pick it up in a week from then. But we're also going to talk about something else that was missing at the iPhone announcement, which was the AirPods Studios as well as AirTags. AirPods Studio is supposed to be the over-ear headsets that we're supposed to be getting, as well as the AirTags, which are supposed to be like locating devices that you can put like on your keys so that you can find them, which just connecting that to the HomePod, that has a UW1 chip, the ultra wideband chip, which is going to allow you to precisely pinpoint stuff like this. Kind of a big deal. Apparently the AirPod Studios and AirTags should still be coming out later this year. What's coming out now is Corsair has announced their K60 RGB Pro keyboard with Cherry Viola mechanical switches, which is actually a new one for me, but there's your look at the K60. Tesla also updating their Model S and their Model Y. The Model Y third row option should start seeing delivery in early December, with production starting next month. And then on top of that, Elon Musk announcing that the Model S is getting a price drop of around $2,500 to be $69,420. Yes, my friends, the Model S, $69,420.
Nice.
Is the starting price for a 402 mile range Model S. It's not a bad price, actually. What's also not bad is Microsoft finally updating Windows to give you better refresh rate support, because they're going to move it to the advanced settings menu. It should have been there all along, okay? I'm glad that they're finally doing it, but the fact that I would have to click on display adapter properties instead of just having it there, why? Why wasn't it there for so long? Also, why are you gonna play Watch Dogs Legions? Are you? I don't know. That's just my segue to the fact that the PC system requirements have come out for it, with you needing an RTX 3080 to play at 4K ultra settings. That just makes sense. You want to play at 1080p high settings, you're looking to need a 1060 or a 480, which actually isn't half bad. On top of that, we also got the Assassin's Creed Valhalla system requirements as well. They are showing, for the most part, the ultra quality is for 4K 30 FPS. You're going to need a 2080 or a 5700 XT, so you should be able to hit 4K 60 with a 3080. That should be a little bit better. They're saying Enthusiast is going to be 1440p 60 with the exact same requirements, except for you're going to need a 2080 Super or 5700 XT. How? Those aren't the same cards. That's crazy. There's clearly an AMD bias going on here. And I have a bias for the fact that I like the Spider-Man game on the PS4, so I'm excited for Miles Morales coming out to the PS5, and we got some gameplay footage, which does indeed show off the ray tracing and everything that's going on there. It looks phenomenal, 4K 60, or you can play it at 30 FPS with ray tracing, but they also showed off the fact that there is Spider-Cat, which exists and also helps you to do finishing moves. This game looks really good. I really love this. Spider-Cat. Eats spiders, probably, more than likely. I've seen a cat eat a spider, and I've seen me continue episodes of Hot News way too long. That's not going to happen today because I'm going to be done. Don't forget that today's video is sponsored by Private Internet Access. Get up to 77% off with them by using the link in the video description. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. They have award-winning customer service, and they're not going to keep track of you. So why don't you keep track of the fact that you should be on PIA? Link in the video description. Let me know what you think of everything we talked about today down below in the comments. You're thinking of picking up an i3-10100F? You waiting for the Ryzen 5 5600? Keen to hear from you down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this episode of Hot News. Get subscribed to stay up to date on everything that we do here. I'm Brett with the UFD Tech Channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.